On the night of January 15, 1990, the air in Atlantic City was freezing. But inside the convention center, one of the greatest reckonings in boxing history was about to unfold. In one corner stood 41-year-old George Foreman, shedding his preacher persona. In the other was 33-year-old Gentleman Gerry Cooney, looking for his last shot at glory. The boxing world mockingly dubbed this fight Geezers at Caesars. But the two men entering the ring that night were not joking. Foreman stepped onto the scales at a massive 115 kilograms, 253 pounds, looking like a block of granite, while Cooney weighed in at 105 kilograms, 231 pounds, appearing leaner but dangerous.
Now 20-fight comeback, and there's the big left hook by Gerry Cooney.
Not landing that time. Obviously that cross-arm defense is a trademark of George's trainer, 76-year-old Archie Moore, one of the all-time cliche, but really one of the all-time boxing greats.
And of course that crossed arm, George used it effectively, fighting the much shorter opponents that he's faced up to now.
Gerry trying to dig for the first time, the left hook to the body. That really is his best punch. Gerry moving to his right, also not something that's very natural to him, but it's movement that's designed by his trainer Gil Clancy to confuse George Foreman, to keep him off balance, and therefore nullify his power.
And you touched the key word there, Alex, balance, something that Gil Clancy has said that he really wanted to work on with Gerry Cooney. Oh, there's...
Before the fight, one question was on everyone's lips. Could these two old warhorses still fight? Famous boxing writer Colin Hart would later describe this matchup as 5 minutes of terror. Experts like Jimmy Young believed Cooney's youth advantage would prevail, while legends like Ron Lyle, who knew the grit of the heavyweight division, said, "Whoever lands the first solid punch goes home the winner." Meanwhile, Foreman was fighting not just his opponent, but a media that mocked his age. Yet he answered every criticism with nothing but a smile.
Lost it about 20 seconds ago.
And George said, "I'm not going to waste the energy walking all the way over to that corner."
That replacing the mouthpiece, a new rule. Ordinarily the fighter would have to fight without the mouthpiece for the remainder of the round.
Well, there's that jab of Foreman again getting in.
George, we have to say right here, and not just in contrast to Gerry Cooney, George is a little bit quicker than he has been in his 19 fights of his comeback. That wild amateurish Foreman right to the body. He threw that punch when he was a world champion.
When you look at, and there's a couple left and a right to the body by George Foreman. That jab lands but really doesn't do anything, didn't have anything on it, and that's really a trademark of Foreman's punches, Alex.
You could almost see Gerry Cooney thinking there a moment ago, damn, he was along the ropes. Wait a minute, I am not supposed to be on the ropes. Let me get out of here, and he did. Before Foreman was able to take advantage of it. But again, Gerry in a corner. And that time, Gerry got a little left hook in, and he wobbled Big George. First damage to either fighter done by Cooney with an inside left hook to Foreman's head.
The final 10 seconds of the first round. There was a big...
It is said that even Mike Tyson, the terror of the heavyweight division at the time, hesitated at the mention of Foreman's name. Legend has it that when Don King offered Tyson a fight against Foreman, Tyson replied, "I'm not fighting that animal. If you love him so much, you fight him." Larry Holmes, having personally felt the devastating power of Cooney's left hook, was waiting to see if Foreman could withstand those bombs. Everyone expected a knockout, but no one imagined it would be this clinical and brutal.
Better be serious, because he's got millions and millions of dollars at stake here.
Well, they both do.
But George didn't need this fight to fight Tyson. He was going to get that Tyson fight, amazingly enough. He was going to get it anyway. He's risking everything.
Well, and there's a good right lead by George Foreman. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it definitely scores.
Ooh.
Oh, and another right by Foreman. And Gerry Cooney has his left hanging a little low. There he gets it back up.
George putting pressure on Cooney, backing him around the ring just by walking in. Gerry so far has not chosen to stand his ground and trade punches. He's been fighting in spurts. There, standing his ground, punching, and then trying to move out of the way. Obviously,
and there is the big roundhouse left, the trademark punch of George Foreman. Ooh, and that blow by Cooney went undetected by Joe Cortez.
Good inside uppercut by Foreman.
Oh, and look at the left. Come up and slice it one. And Gerry Cooney's in big trouble. He's ready to go. And there he goes.
2, 3, 4.
And he is badly hurt. Same position he was in round 5 against Spinks. A clubbing right hand by Foreman. Now let's see if he's learned anything about how to survive, because he's got 1 minute and 8 seconds left. Oh, and that's it. Because he's got 1 minute and 8 seconds left. Oh, and that's it.
And I don't think this fight's over. This fight's over. George Foreman blows away Gerry Cooney in the second round.
And he came over here to ringside.
When the bell rang, Cooney actually stunned Foreman with his famous trademark left hook. Foreman would later admit in an interview, "Gerry was one of the 3 hardest punchers I ever faced in my life. I felt my bones ache when he hit me." However, the Foreman in the ring was no longer the angry youth of the past. He was a wise giant, choosing his shots with the precision of a surgeon. In the opening minutes, he simply acted as a wall, absorbing Cooney's speed and pressure. In those moments, the coldness in Foreman's eyes was the true herald of the coming storm.
In a row, 19 by KO, Big George Foreman.
Lifting up his promoter Ronnie Weathers there, Gerry Cooney on his feet. Let's take a look at the first knockdown as the 2 fighters there embrace. Gerry with a smile on his face, but he has to be terribly disappointed.
Everything changed in an instant. Foreman spotted a tiny opening in Cooney's guard. First came a sledgehammer to the body, followed by an uppercut that shattered Cooney's balance, and then the final straight right hand. As Cooney collapsed, it wasn't just a boxer falling. The hopes of an entire era were crumbling. Foreman didn't rush his fallen opponent. He waited in his corner with the calm of a preacher while the referee counted. After the fight, Foreman showed his greatness by saying of his rival, "He hits even harder than Joe Frazier." This victory was more than just a win. It was the ultimate proof for the impossible journey that would lead Foreman to become world champion again at age 45.
In the Spinks fight, when he was hurt that way, when his legs buckled at first, he went down. This time, at least, he struggled to stay up. He showed some gameness.
The pawing right misses.
Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to turn on the notifications so you don't miss any updates. See you in the next video.
Struggles his legs, have his legs hold his big 6'7" body up. Target practice.
Cooney got back up. Joe Cortez allowed him to continue, but he had nothing. From a different angle.
Watch this. Wild uppercut by George.
Are the same.
Jab up the middle, right hand. Gerry comes back up. Clubbing right hand. Again, Gerry stiffens his legs. That's still the first knockdown, I believe, Dan.